welcome back to another episode of Tween Crafternoon here at the Scott County Public Library in Georgetown, Kentucky. As always, I am Miss Kelly, and today I shall be showing you how to make use of some of that Halloween candy that you got just a couple weeks back. Well, I'm sure you know how to use the candy itself. You eat it. It's delicious. But I'm going to show you how to try and reduce some waste and make things out of the wrappers. So I have two suggestions for you today, one of which you can do lots and lots with. But I've got my candy wrappers. I've got some Reese's, some Kinder Bueno, some High Chew, which are delicious if you've never had them, some Starburst, and some Tootsie Rolls. So that one's full of it. Now it's not, we're good. And again, well, I didn't say this, so not again, but make sure that your wrappers are free of food residue, or else they're going to probably start to stink eventually. Most of these are good. For Tootsie Rolls, they pop right off. Starburst, same thing. The High Chew pops out. I'm assuming the Kinder Bueno is. I should probably check that. I'll do that in a minute. The Reese's Cups, those are always a toss-up, but I cut these open and then they slid right out. So there is, in fact, no chocolate left inside. Although there is still a chocolate smell, which is delicious. So, for the first craft, it's going to be kind of a throwback to one that we did, I think, earlier this year. Earlier this year I showed you how to make paper crowns, or bracelets, is what the take and make was if you got one of those. But we are going to do something not exactly the same, but very similar with our candy wrappers for our first craft. And so that you can see it real well, I am going to switch to the hand camera view again, so I will see you in just a minute. Alright, we are back with the hand cam. Again, I forgot to paint my nails and they've all broken off, but that's alright. So, like I said, we are going to take these paper bracelets and kind of modify them. The candy wrappers are not the perfect ratio to work with for the same method that we use for these paper bracelets. The ones that are closest, however, are going to be the Starburst and the Tootsie Roll wrappers. I didn't say this, but, you know, obviously, not sponsored, not a sponsored video. So Starburst are more colorful, so we're going to work with those. And like the other bracelet that I showed you, this is the idea we're going for. Interlocked paper folding is the idea here. So, to start, I'm going to take a wrapper, flip it over to the back side that used to hold candy. I'm going to fold it in half, hot dog style, and then again, fold it up. There we go. Now, we are going to unfold it completely. So we've got 1, 2, 3 nice little lines there. This one you can just fold back down. This fold you're going to turn so that it faces in. I really liked that I discovered. I mean, obviously I didn't discover it, but when I saw that, oh look, it matches. It makes an S. It made me happy for, you know, no real reason other than it pleased me. Then you're going to fold the whole thing over, and you're going to fold it in half. I stuck my finger in there because that helps to pop the edge. So we need a bunch of these. Let me go ahead and show you one more time how we made that. I'm gonna flatten this out. Here's the pretty colored side. Here is the previously had candy side. Fold that in half and in half again. Alright, gonna unfold, fold that one back down, and fold that there so we get our pretty matching S. And we're going to fold it in half and hide that pretty matching S. But that's okay. And last step, you're gonna fold it. Again, you don't have to fold it around your finger. It just kind of help keep, where'd the camera go? There we go. Keep everything nice and flat on the inside there. Smush, smush. All right, now I pre-made a bunch, and let's get interlocking. You are probably going to want a paper clip or two here. I'm gonna probably use two, because paper clip just it really helps you get the folds tucked up in there. That's why I bent this one funny looking. And then the other paper clip you are going to want to hold down the beginning of your work. I just pulled the paper clip off of this flap right here. It was holding this together like that as you work on the rest of it. And then eventually it won't matter, because these will get looped and tucked into place. Like this is a never-ending circle of tucked-in paper. But at the very beginning, it's hard to keep it together if you don't have a paper clip or some other thing, like a binder clip. I mean, you could staple it, but that would leave a hole when you have to take it out. All right, so let's get to it. I'm gonna start with pink. Now, when we did the paper bracelets, it did not matter which way this little flap went. For the candy wrappers, because we have to modify it, like I said, it does matter. So, we're going to put our wrappers like such. I want my little flappy bit facing down, and I want my other flappy bits facing to the left when I put it in there. Yeah? Okay. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put my paper clip on. Just enough. I want to be able to still kind of move these bits, but I do not want this to fall off. That is my first one. Now, I'm gonna grab orange, and again, I want these flappy bits downwards. So I'm gonna put it in, I'm gonna pop it open completely, slide this in, make sure I've got enough room to slide another one in, because that's how we're gonna make the links. And then I'm going to fold these to the side there, so that I have a nice fold. And now here's where that other paper clip comes in, because when you folded it, you got a nice little edge there. So you got there, and we want this little flappy to get stuck in here. So I'm gonna use my paper clip to keep those separated, and I'm gonna slide that in there. All right, now the tricky part is you're gonna flip it over and try and get the other one in without popping the first one out. So I'm gonna stick my little paper clip dude in there, keep it separate. I'm gonna try and fold it. Ooh. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna pull that real tight. I'm gonna keep that one in there, pull this one further out. Okay, let's see. Got that. Let's push her in there and get the paper clip out. Huzzah! So it's nice and stuck. It's not moving. Yay! All right, now we repeat. Let's see, I haven't done red. So I want it to face this way. Let me grab my handy paper clip here. I want it to go through there. Voila. We got room. I'm gonna fold down each of the sides. All right. Now pull it back out a little bit. Get my handy paper clip in there. Come on. Oh. There we go. That's why I said the paper clip was useful, because there is no way I was gonna do this with my lack of fingernails today. Whew. The thumbnails, they just cracked and went away. Oh, almost. Come on, little one. All right. And then, oh no, bad paper clip. Stay there. Stay. All right, I'm gonna kind of push and keep that side in while I pull this side out. And stick my little paper clip in here. Yeah. Get that good fold. Get it in there. Oh, almost. Paper clip. Works real good as a little pushy tool. And pull. Woot. And now we've got these stuck together. Oh yeah. Alright. Well, this looks way better than my first effort, but that's okay. So, this is my first attempt. I'm going to try and see what I can do here to get this finished. So, we've got, gotta get these back through here. Come on, little paper clip, I am in need of your services now. There we go. Nope, there we don't go. Let's try that again. All right. I want you to be in here. All right, well, that didn't work out very well. I probably should have added one more loop in there, which is why it has turned into a weird little box, but that's okay. So, you loop it through that last one. If it looks like this, I would add another little thread there, another chain. But the same thing. You're going to loop it, pop it, well, fold it, and then you want to pop these in here. Stick my handy dandy paper clip in there and fold it down in, and then do it to the other side, and you have finished it up. And it won't look like this weird little bucket thing because you'll have done it correctly. It does kind of look like a tiny throne now though, which I enjoy. It just needs a seat. Or maybe it's a porcelain throne and it intentionally doesn't have a seat. All right, so that is how you link together your wrappers. And again, Tootsie Roll wrappers work very well for this as well because they are a great rectangular shape. But for the second thing, craft I'm going to show you, I'm going to take this piece of cork and we are going to make a coaster on top of it. Let's bring those Starburst wrappers back in. And put a little more on here. These are a little less plasticky, a little more papery, although they're still wax covered. So let's see if that works better. Yeah, that's much better. All right, so there you go. Don't use the plasticky wrappers if you want to do this, because it didn't work very well. Either that or it was the fact that they were so rounded. They got real crinkly. All right, I'm just gonna lay these over. As these are kind of soaking up some of that Mod Podge, they're sticking much better. I want to flatten that out best I can. I can see some wrinkles. So, just leave that. Once that dries, it'll be completely covered, and we'll have, this one has the library logo on the back. We got those printed. Yeah, so you'll be able to use, this will be the top. You can trim off around the edges, and you'll have a super cool coaster. Assuming you know, make it look prettier than mine. Which I have utter faith that you can do. You could probably cut out shapes with the candy wrappers and then Mod Podge them. You wouldn't necessarily have to cover the whole thing, but that's what I did real quick. Yeah, so there's a second idea, and of course you could take this idea, you don't have to make a coaster, you could take lots of different things, like those cool little glass gems, and you could put the candy wrappers on the back of those and make jewelry or magnets. You could do so many things and reuse your candy wrappers, and don't just throw them in the garbage. I know y'all got lots of candy for Halloween. I have seen my niece and nephew's stashes. They are impressive. So yeah, make good use of them, reuse them, make things you can use again. I will see you all next week for Science with Miss Mary Lou. We are doing Thanksgiving themed science, things that you can totally do when you are at home, bored with your family, or not bored, but you know, exciting science before Thanksgiving. And then 2 weeks after that, I think Miss Mary Lou and I'll be back with some wintry holiday book bites. Until then, I will see you guys in the library. Bye, guys.